Hello, happy Friday. Thank you all for joining us. I am Ferry. Welcome to Artifact Creator Spaces. Today's episode is all about the ANIMUS 3D Creator Challenge in collaboration with BEZI. Have you heard of BEZI before? Don't worry, we'll introduce you. So, we'll be giving you guys a lowdown on what the challenge entails, what we'd like to see from you guys, and how you can even participate in the first place and get your hands on some goodies, like some real goodies, and some brand new spicy Animus 3D files, because that's always fun. We're also very excited to introduce our talented creators to the BEZI team, incredible team, and learn as much as we can about their very helpful platform. So have a little think. If you guys have any questions, the floor will be open as soon as we cover the basics, or feel free to drop them in the comments below and I'll read them on your behalf. I'm out of breath already. Okay, before we begin, let's quickly go around the room and say hello to our speakers. I'm kind of waiting for a few to come up. Let me just invite Cecilia. But we have Frederick with a whole new look.
Oh, stop it. Hello, can you hear me all right?
Yes, how are you? Are you feeling better?
Yeah, I have a little bit of a raspy voice. I've been drinking some tea, so hopefully I won't sound like a lifelong smoker. But or it's got that smoky sort of feeling, you know. But anyway, yeah, I'm good. And yeah, I have a new look. Couldn't wait any longer, so I decided to find a clone that looked like me, and here we are. It's got a necklace just like the one I always wear, and it's yeah, I'm here. I'm whole, and I feel like I'm home now.
Let's go. It suits you so much. And congratulations. I know
Thank you.
it feels good to have a clone, huh?
Yeah, but now I guess like everyone else, I want more.
I know, it never stops. Cecilia, hello and welcome. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. Thanks so much for having me. I'm Cecilia. I'm feeling a lot of FOMO right now because I don't have a clone. I really need to get on that. Um, but super excited to be here. I am one of the co-founders and CPO at BEZI, so I work on design and product at BEZI. And yeah, thank you for the Artifact team for hosting this and having me on.
Happy to have you, Cecilia. You've got a beautiful face, so you don't need to hide behind that.
You're too kind.
Tristan, I have sent you an invite. I'm not sure exactly where the invite comes up. To be honest, it's been a while since I entered somebody else's spaces. But if you see it, just click a few buttons and then you can come up. Or if you don't see it, maybe drop down and then come back inside the spaces. So today, guys, we're going to be talking about the 3D Animus Creator Challenge. There he is. Hi, Tristan. Let's go to you first. How are you? You may not have heard that. Tristan, hi. How are you?
I'm good. Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, I'm great. Thank you. How are you?
Shock.
I have a
Very,
really
very
bad habit
good.
of keeping myself muted when I'm talking, so I'm sorry about that.
It's all right. Glad to finally have you with us. Let's go through what the challenge is all about. So we launched on the 2nd of April, and it will continue to go on until the 23rd of April at 5 p.m. PT. So you got some time, but this is one of those challenges that I would say, if you know about it, do something about it, right? Because you can never have enough time. Let's be honest. What we are asking you guys is to craft an immersive experience reflecting a day in the life of Animus. We want to see your imaginations go wild, how and where you see Animus, what kind of personalities do they have, what crazy shenanigans they get up to. So let's just begin by going through how you can participate. So first and foremost is the registration process. So we have on our Artifact Creators website, there is a whole section, a landing page created by the talented Franco, where it explains everything that you need to do, and you have a button for the registration form. You go, you fill it out, and you will be emailed a couple of hours after registering from noreply@internal.nike.com. Please make sure that it's the right email address. Triple check, because you don't want any scam emails. People will always use these opportunities to get at you. So check on there, triple check on our socials, and you'll be sent the Animus 3D files. So, Tristan, do you mind telling us which Animus we'll be getting?
I can tell you. Unfortunately, I don't know the new names, so I might be saying production names, but the files are called these. So you'll be getting a character named Gorka. It's the
Which
white
is
one that
Gemdra or Gemdra? Benito, basically.
I think it's Gemdra, like Jeff.
Okay.
This will enrage half the people here, I'm sure.
And then there's one called Myra, which I believe is Mythlid or something.
That's right.
And then the last character is Garanji, which is one of the, I think it's a fire.
Ooh.
I think it's a fire one that we gave you guys. But yeah, so you'll get 3 characters. Fred has already done some animated sequences for you guys to use in the challenge. So thanks, Fred, for providing those.
There should be poses there too.
Yeah.
I think there's like 13 or 14 of them.
Oh, wow.
And
Nice.
then there will be the use of the egg and the egg holder, the incubator. I think that's the files we provided, and obviously anything that's available to creators or whatever people want to use can be used as well. So yeah, those are the files that we currently have out there.
Awesome. What more do you need? And then I guess after you have your files, it's time to jump onto BEZI and create an account, and then learn how to use the incredible platform, which, Cecilia, if you can please tell us, what is the nature of the platform BEZI, and what are you and your team building?
Yeah, absolutely. So BEZI is a really new kind of collaborative 3D design tool that enables designers to basically create interactive 3D experiences without any code. And this is a very new approach that we're taking, right? Whereas some of the other tools that exist, you kind of need to know how to code or be able to script. So it's all web-based, which means that you can design experiences that work across desktop, mobile AR, and VR headsets. And it's just really easy to just share it with a link. Me included, our founding team, Julian and Dennis and I, we all come from Oculus. So we used to build apps at Oculus and the OS. And we just ran into a lot of trouble when it came to being able to ideate and design really quickly in 3D. A lot of the tools that we were using was just, really slow or very powerful, but way too complicated for us to be able to work fast. So we all left together and we started BEZI about 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago. And we've been building this ever since. And, the rest of the team also comes from, top companies that were working on similar problems. So we're really proud, to be able to work with you guys and see what your creators are able to make in our platform. So that's kind of, a very quick gist of what the platform is. And, one of the areas that we're really excited about is about just spatial computing in general. I'm curious about, if, people here listening are familiar with spatial computing or it's more of a new concept to them. But I'm also happy to go more into that if you guys are interested. But it basically, spatial computing is about blending our physical world and virtual experiences. And it really enables people to interact and communicate in new ways and that wasn't previously possible before. I think it's just super exciting that, we're giving also machines to the capability to navigate and understand our physical environment in new ways. And just blurring the lines between physical and virtual spaces and also content is really, really exciting. I've always been interested in exploring, what our world would look like if we come out of just like a rectangle that we're used to. And I'm really excited about, the Apple Vision Pro that's coming out. And we're giving out one of the, one Apple Vision Pro to the winner, which is incredible prize. But I'm just really excited to see, what a lot of these new capabilities can enable designers and creators to make.
Beautiful. I am in love with what you guys have created. I think it's so amazing to make the creation of spatial computing, AR, all of that stuff more accessible to your average daily designer. It's just really, really cool that you guys have also introduced the AI
Yeah.
feature recently. I think it was last Thursday that you said.
It was like a week ago.
That's amazing. Even though in this challenge unfortunately we do not permit the use of AI, but it is so incredible for ideating and envisioning what you want to create before actually tucking in and making those final pieces. So maybe you can go into that a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So for us, the reason or what we believe AI is good at doing is being able to really make the ideation stage faster. Because especially for computing, spatial computing, you need to be able to explore ideas fast and be able to place things in your space, in your virtual space, but also in AR and see how they feel, how fast they're moving, if the scale feels right, and all of these neat things. Need to be fast to do. And one problem that I think the 3D industry has historically faced is that assets just take a long time to build or to find if you're trying to find something, on a marketplace or, community or whatever. So the way we see AI is to speed up that initial ideation and brainstorming phase for anyone really. But when it comes to production ready assets and, making things that will actually go out into the world, we believe that humans need to do that part. We just wanted to lower the barrier to entry for anyone to get into the space because it's really critical to have as many people creating things for this new platform as much as possible because that's how we create good ideas. That's how we come up with patterns that scale over time and make sense to everyone. So that was our goal with launching AI. It basically, just to give you guys a little overview, is text. It's like text prompts that can create 3D models. So you can go in right now and try it out. You can type in, a spaceship with colorful, flames or whatever, and then it would generate it. The quality obviously will not be as high as handcrafted 3D assets. There's always going to be a special place for that where it's like, production ready and everything. But our hope is that by using this, you'll be able to gray box things really quickly and see the scale and be able to put together really rough versions of your design in the beginning.
Beautiful, incredibly useful. So, Cecilia, if somebody wanted to participate in this challenge, what kind of skill sets do you think, from your perspective, that they need? Do they need to be proficient in 3D, or is this kind of easy to learn?
Yeah, so we are building the product in a way that it's really easy to pick up. So, a lot of the patterns that we're borrowing do come from more traditional 2D design tools such as Figma. So we actually have a ton of people that have had zero experience with 3D before coming into BEZI and being able to create interactive 3D experiences and just prototype them. So, you know, as far as prerequisite, I don't think there's like anything, you know, too big. I would just say like get in there, start exploring. There's honestly no rules. Like it's just such an early phase in the industry that everyone's just trying things out and no one knows the answer, which I think is like the most exciting phase to be at. When it comes to, you know, more, you know, 2D apps and stuff, I think there's a lot of patterns that are already set, which is great because you can just create things fast. But when it comes to spatial computing, 3D experiences, there's just so many unknowns. And I love that the community is just willing to jump in and just start experimenting with ideas. Um, Obviously, you're going to have probably a little bit of an easier time if you have previous experience with 3D tools like Blender or Cinema 4D or Maya. If you wanted to do more complex things like, you know, make actual 3D models that you want to create yourself, or, you know, change poses and be able to rig them and animate them, all of those skills will come in handy. But I just want to reiterate that it's not a requirement, and I feel confident that people will pick it up without any previous experience with 3D tools.
Awesome. Very, very cool. And also, some creators may be wondering if they need to have, I don't know, like 4090 to run BEZI, or can they just participate using their 8-year-old MacBook? I know you said this is web-based, but can you explain what that means for people that may not know?
Yeah, so it's all web-based. You know, obviously you're gonna have, if you have a higher spec, you know, computer, you will have an easier time. It's just the nature of how these things go, right? And 3D can be very heavy to run. So I think a key thing here is to just make sure whatever assets you're using is optimized. So that means, you know, lower res like image textures, low poly assets. Like if you're bringing in assets that are super high poly, like things that you would use for like VFX or just like 3D art rendering and stuff, like they will have an impact on the performance of your scene. So even if you're looking for assets on like, you know, things like Sketchfab, or if you've decided that you want to create your own in Blender, I would just say like make sure that they're as optimized as possible. And, you know, I can work with our team to maybe create guidelines around that, to share it like on the challenge website and stuff. But that's like one thing that I would say like pay attention to. And it kind of like, you know, it's in line with like game development, like game designers and developers have to think about this stuff all the time. And, you know, we're not going to be an exception to that too.
Understood. Makes perfect sense to me. Fred, Tristan, do you guys have any questions?
Yeah, I had a quick question about the you mentioned the performance hit. Is that more like it would be lagging, or it would just like everything would just run slow, or just curious about that part?
Yeah, it really depends what you're trying to do. You know, performance is a combination of all different things, right? If you have like one very high poly model in a scene, it might work fine. But if you have, you know, 100 of them or whatever, then it's not going to work fine. So yeah, that's what I would be careful of. I feel like I forgot the second part of your question. Sorry.
Oh no, it's fine. It was just I was curious to understand what the type of like performance hit it would be, and
Oh yeah.
because like when you're working inside like the scene, sometimes the performance hit doesn't happen until you start like playing the animation, but like moving within the
Right.
scene is actually still you could still work it out.
Yeah.
But it's fine. Like this is such a new like you said, this is such a exciting new sort of world that we're going into with spatial computing, and we're literally making up the rules as we go along. And I'm pretty excited to see what everyone comes out with at the end of this challenge. But yeah, it was just really more about like understanding if it's a performance hit on hitting and creating the final image, or if it's when you're working in it, or a combination of both. It's kind of where I was going.
Yeah, absolutely.
You answered it. So
I think it's like a combination of both, probably. Thanks for clarifying, by the way. Yeah, it's a combination of both. So I think a best practice here is like as you're building your scene, I would just really encourage you to keep testing it on mobile AR if that's what you're going to be using to, record your design, or in headset too if you're going to be using that, because each device also has, different specs, right? So something that runs really smoothly in your desktop might be a little bit laggy in your headset because, the hardware isn't the same as your desktop. So these are things that I would just keep looking for. But when it comes to BEZI, it's really easy to share prototypes between devices too, so it makes it easy to test. It's not like in Unity where you have to like make a APK package and install it and wait 10 minutes, blah blah blah. You just literally share a link to your phone or share a link to your headset, and you can open it up and test it. And we also have live syncing. So if you have a prototype open in your headset or in mobile AR, and you wanted to make changes to it to see how it looks in these devices, you can just make the changes in desktop and you'll be able to see it live in other devices. So yeah, just best practice and to suggest is just keep testing as you're building.
It's a lot like a gaming pipeline, actually, the way you describe it, because you'd push, updates and fixes to the to like a test machine and see how it works. But yeah, that makes total sense. That's great. Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and then for me on the asset side, I wanted to just check what kind of file formats can people expect to be able to use within BEZI?
Great question. So we do support a range of different 3D file formats, including GLB, FBX, OBJ, and STL. So if you're using, something like Blender or Maya, I think the best format would be GLB. So once you export it as a GLB file format, you can just import it, like drag and drop it into the BEZI editor basically, and that will import the assets. If you have animations that are baked in, we also support animated assets. So I know your team already made a bunch of really cool animated assets for the ANIMUS characters. So then we can, you can just bring it in, you can press play, and then it will animate. You can also have like different tracks. So if you have like a track for walking, a track for sleeping, a track for eating, whatever, you can also play them in different parts of the prototype with the state machine. And sorry, this is like all like outlined in the tutorial that we shared as well. But those are the 3D file formats that we support. Another thing that I wanted to call out is that we actually also have a Figma integration. So if at any point in your prototype you wanted to include UI and stuff like that, then you can design the UI in Figma, and then you can sync it to your BEZI prototype so that anytime you make updates in Figma, you can sync updates to BEZI, and then those will, stay synced. Basically, it will have all the updates. So that's something a lot of our designers use for when they're doing 2D UI.
Thank you. That's very cool.
Cool.
So, guys, I think this is the perfect time for you to come up and ask any questions that you may have for Fred and Tristan regarding the 3D files or anything to do with BEZI. For Cecilia, you can also write it down in the comments. I know some of you are shy. It's okay. I got you. We do have one question, actually. Let me find it. From Prince Yarjak. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. First question, can we use Vision OS assets?
I want to find out maybe a little more context on this question, because you can create assets that look like Vision OS within BEZI. So you can have, frosted glass, you can create Vision OS looking components and stuff like that and use it. We also, within BEZI, we have a Vision OS template that one of our designers have made. So that will have things like, menu pop-ups and frosted glass panels that you can like bring in, just copy and paste into your artifact project. So in that way, yes, you can use things that look like Vision OS OS assets.
Perfect. Fred, you had your mic off. Did you want to say something?
Oh no, I just wanted to mention that. Like I saw the question about using Vision OS assets. Actually, I do have a question that I think Tristan could probably answer, because our creators have access to other files as well. Now, can they like bring in some old assets from previous challenges, or does it have to be just what we have in our in this project? I guess this applies to you too, Cecilia, in case it's a requirement of the challenge.
I mean, I'm not too sure what the rules are at this point, so I'd have to direct that answer to like probably Franco or someone who's doing the rules. But there's no reason I couldn't, and technically speaking, so yeah, I'll leave it there because I'm not too sure about the actual contest rules. So
we also have another question from Prince Yarjak, and then we'll go to Cam. They have asked if they can use their Swoosh ID assets, and one of the guidelines is no copyrighted material, including music, trademarks, logos, all of that stuff. So if you can stick to things that you have created yourself and the files that we have provided you guys, that would be absolutely amazing. Cam, welcome up on stage.
Hello. I had a question for, what's up, guys? I had a question for Cecilia. So I actually work in mobile XR dev. I use Unity though. So messing around with the BEZI platform is like just really great to see how user friendly it is and how much it just lowers the barrier to entry for like making AR experiences. I was wondering though, because I know we have so many talented 3D creators in our community, but I think one of the problems is that like a lot of people just don't even know where to start. So I was wondering if you had any experiences that you knew of that were made with BEZI that like really stood out, or that you could share with us just to give like a starting point to so many people who are just unfamiliar with XR experiences or just might not even know where to begin.
Oh yeah, that's a great point. We do have, we've run many challenges before too, where it was for some people it was like the first time they use a 3D program. And there are some really, really incredible examples that people have made. So I guess this is a question for you guys, because this is the first time I'm using Twitter live spaces or whatever this is called. What's the best way to share like any examples? Because these are very visual, as you can probably imagine. Should I just kind of link those in the comments?
Yeah, if you want to drop them in the comments of this, you see on the bottom right, it's got a speech bubble. If you tap on that, you can put it in the comments and then I can pin it to the top for you.
Perfect. That's perfect. Okay, let me gather those, or if my team's listening here, if you guys can also help post those, that'd be great. But we'll be sure to post some like inspo of what people have created. We ran like a game challenge like a few months back, and that was really cool, just being able to see what people were doing both in headset and on mobile AR. But yeah, I'll be sure to share those.
Perfect.
Awesome. Yeah. No, I think with some of these 3D platforms, the problem is like there's so much that you can do that it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
So like you're saying, or like Fred was saying, it's pretty much a game engine. So there's so many possibilities. I think it's super helpful just to see what other people have done.
For sure. That's a great idea. Thanks for bringing that up.
So, Cecilia, after they have registered to the BEZI platform, what is the first step that they need to take?
So after they've registered for the BEZI platform and you've gone through the onboarding steps, I would just say, honestly, just follow along. I think there's the tutorial that we shared in the Artifact Challenge webpage, the 3D Challenge, ANIMUS 3D Challenge webpage. That goes really in depth about like literally like start to finish. I think it even covers like signing up for BEZI and going through the onboarding steps and all that stuff. Just to familiarize yourself with the interface and see how things are done. it'll basically give you a really good overview of what you can do in BEZI and how it works. So I would highly recommend that as a first step, like watch the, I think it's called the ANIMUS 3D Creator Challenge tutorial. And then after, we also have other tutorials that go more in depth for like specific features. So I would also recommend that as a next step after just to like follow along. And if there's anything you want to dive deeper into, you can either find tutorials on our YouTube channel, or you can find product documentation that I believe is also linked in the page. So that's what I would recommend.
Amazing. I have just found it and I have pinned it to the top. Not yet. Almost. There we go. Woo! What are the questions that I have for you, Cecilia? I had lots of questions for you. In terms of collaboration, because this is something that you guys are kind of pushing for, how can our creators combine their forces and create something for this challenge?
Oh, yeah, that would be really sick. So BEZI has real-time collaboration, so which means that you can jump into the same file and then you can just start designing together. So, if you have a friend that you want to do this challenge with, that's definitely a great way. You'll be able to speed up and, just be creative together in the platform. So all you need to do is just start up a new file, share the link to your friend. If you use something like Figma, it'll be all very familiar to you. And then from there, you can just jump into the same file, start, importing models, drawing shapes, adding interactions, all of that stuff. And you guys can even test it together because it's all web-based. So you can just share the link to your mobile phone or your headset, and you'll be able to test it out. One cool thing that you can do is that one person can be making updates in the BEZI platform on desktop, and the other person can either be on mobile AR or in the headset, seeing those changes. So you guys can be like on Zoom or like Google Meet together or whatever, and just like work together, even if you're like halfway across the world. So yeah, I mean, I think it'd be really exciting if, some people did the challenges together. I'd be very interested in seeing that.
See, the collaboration aspect is what is actually getting me real excited because our creators are international. They're from all corners of the earth and they've all met up and they have made some crazy cool things together. So I don't know, guys, if you know that one friend. Oh!
What was
Did
that?
you hear that? That was my son. He snuck in. I unmuted for a moment, and he just had to let out a little. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, he's excited for the collaboration.
He wants to collaborate.
Yeah, yes.
He wants to see what we're all working on. So, but he's only one, so he really doesn't know what's going on.
He's probably better than me after all these years.
No.
With a dad like that, come on.
Oh, we got a request.
Ooh, yay. I can't see anyone. Oh,
I can also just chime in really quickly. Having worked on like a team developing XR experiences, the collaboration is really important because it takes a group of you want someone doing design and you want someone else doing the programming and the interaction. So if you can find like a dynamic team and someone who might be good at one thing and you're good at the other, that's usually what makes really great XR experiences. So I encourage collaboration for this challenge, especially.
Yes, I love that. The teamwork makes the dream work.
easy for you to say, Fred. You've got an incredible team.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so maybe we should get on to how you even submit your creation. So how do you export the files, or how do you submit? Do you do it through the link? I'll pass this over to Cecilia and then we'll go to Brongis.
Yeah, when it comes to submissions, I think there's a whole submissions part on the webpage, but what we're really looking for is, a demo video. So whether you want to record that on desktop, mobile AR, or in headset. It's really up to you. We don't want to put any kind of restraints on like what device you need to use, but we'll just be looking at, you know, the quality, the creativity that goes into each design. And I'm just excited to see what you guys create. Like, I feel like for these challenges, it's really interesting because my favorite part is when we look at something that someone has submitted and we're like, how did they do that? And I think that's a favorite part of like my job, basically, just seeing how creative people can be. But the main thing is the video. The other thing that you need to submit is a file link, like a BEZI file link of what you've created. And that's just more for internal use. We just want to see how you did certain things, and just get inspired. So I think those are the two big things from my end. I know there's some things around like criteria that, you know, the artifact team has been working on too. So yeah, I'll leave it to you guys to go through those.
Awesome. Cecilia, you know how you said you like to look for that wow factor, like how did they do this? I am very much like you, but that is why I don't work on my skills. So if anybody wants to know why I'm not a 3D genius, is because I'm trying to be impressed by you guys, because if I start tapping into that world, then everything will just be so obvious, right? That's why, not because I'm lazy. Brongus, we have Brongus, one of the coolest cats in the biz. Hi, how you doing?
Hello, how's it going? Thanks for the introduction. I just wanted to come up to, to show some love because this challenge, in my opinion, is really, really cool. I never, I wasn't neither in 3D since 1 year ago, and I started this journey. So I never, experienced something like creating, VR, AR experience or something like that. And I just saw some tutorial that Cecilia already, showed us, and I was, really amazed by this platform because it's really, really easy to use. And of course, you need to play a bit with it because you need to understand something before to start creating. But I think that would be really, really, really cool to see what the people will come with. I will try my best to create something. I don't know neither if I will be able to make something, I don't know, watchable. Anyway, I will try my best. And I wanted to ask if you need to use Figma or you can just skip that part. You can create, uh, I don't know, the environment, the VR experience without that program, something like that.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited that you're kind of diving into this space and trying out with this challenge. You don't need to use Figma. It's just an option. It's just something we offer because a lot of designers that use BEZI do come from Figma, but it's totally not a requirement. You can still build UI in BEZI. You know, we have things like text objects, planes, image textures, basically a lot of the things that you need to be able to build UI. So definitely not a requirement. If you can do everything, you know, from start to finish in BEZI, like incredible. That's awesome. So yeah, just get in there and like start exploring. And I'm excited to see what you make.
Thank you so much for the explanation. I will try my best. And just a huge shout out to Fred because the animation and the poses are amazing. So I will
It's
also.
Incredible.
there was a collective effort between like our rigger and our modelers and artists and whatnot. So I can't take all the credit, but I'm glad you enjoy them, and I expect something very good from you, Bromgus. I'm gonna put you on the spot.
I will try my best, bro. No pressure.
No pressure.
Thanks.
Brongis, you got this. I believe in you. We all believe in you. We're counting on you as well. We have Jehovah on stage. Hi, how you doing? Hello. Maybe we can go to Soul first, and then we can go to Jehovah. Hi, how you doing?
Hey, just pulled up, just saw that this was going on. BEZI seems like a really cool tool. Wow. Oh my. Is that just basically AI generated game development stuff? Let's go. That's crazy. Love it.
Yeah,
I
thanks.
think it's a pretty exciting. It's a very exciting tool because everyone's gonna be playing with something that's. I don't think there's really anything else out there like that, is there?
No, there's not.
So,
No, that's crazy. That's game changing. That's
it's like
beautiful.
yeah,
Love that.
it's like
Let's go. Let's get these creators getting everything together.
yeah, it's like not just getting stuff into this, but like figuring out how you can even tell stories. Like within that 3D space and how it could work within your space, your physical space. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what comes out of this. Like I want to actually do some stuff too, but unfortunately I am swamped. So especially with this kid, if you can
Totally
hear him in the
understandable.
background, yeah, he's playing with his fire.
Got to keep Fred on task.
I know.
Too many
Tristan's
Legos.
good at cracking the whip.
Yeah, you can't talk about any other activities when Tristan's around. Talking about 3D files, actually, guys, why don't you tell us a little bit about the behind the scenes of what it took for you guys to prep these files for everybody to use?
Oh, geez. So obviously there's the modeling aspect and the texturing aspect, but then there's the QC side. So every element has to be ingested individually. Once it's ingested, we apply materials, we check for texture issues, making sure that the models can subdivide properly. So we got to do a pass on edge hardening and crease edges. Then there's publishing involved from there. Then it goes on to our rigger, and then our rigger will basically rig every single element on its own. Obviously, we've made tools to make this easier because there are literally thousands of pieces throughout the entire collection of Animus. So, yeah, I mean, that process alone has taken us the better part of a year just going through all the pieces and QCing it. So, there's been a lot of work.
This is true. Like I just interject there with both the rigging aspect of the models that are created. We when Animus was announced, or actually it was even before that, we started like working on our rigs. I think it was the when the eggs were brought up. You remember that piece we did where our clone and Eridanus, who's now known as what's his I can't remember his new name now. He's the big guy, and then
Juggernaut.
But anyway, yeah, Juggernaut. Yeah, that's right. So way back then, we were already working on this stuff. So like, it takes a long time to make these assets. Not just like good, but perfect. And then also, like Tristan was saying, we got to make sure they work. All these pieces work together.
Yeah.
And then,
yeah, currently what we're working on is the. I mean, this was all built for Maya, so now we are building the Blender counterpart as well. So the rigs that you guys got for the challenge are a initial first run, so they're not final. We just wanted to get something out for the challenge so that there was something to work with. But yeah, there will be another round of revisions for our Blender side of the rigs. But if you guys loaded the Maya files, if you have Maya, that is a generally final rig for what you would expect from Animus.
I wanted to also just add real quickly because we've given 3 of our rigs out, and they're built so that they're in the naming of the controls and like the orientations and all that stuff, all that technical stuff, it all is the same. And that means that an animation built for one character could technically work for another. Only difference would be like if you have a quadruped. We have some quadruped characters. Quadruped, for those that don't know, are four-legged creatures. So if we take a biped, which is a two-legged person, we apply that to the four-legged person. Basically, the two legs in the back probably, or in the front, they might not work. But that doesn't mean you can't also mix and match, right? Like you could take the upper body portion of some like work you've done and copy it to another character. There's no reason why you can't do any of that stuff. In animation, we always call it Frankensteining animation together. But then once you put it together, you can make it seamless with just a little editing here and there, and there you go. Before you know it, instead of redoing that animation completely, it took you a fraction of the time. And so that's how powerful our rigs are, and what to expect, coming in the future.
Yeah, and in the process of doing this, we've all developed our own tools and rendering systems for this. We have a small render farm that we're using for the NFTs. So we can load metadata in and actually generate our NFTs on the fly. So we can do iterations, we can do lighting iterations. If we see an issue with crashing in the NFTs, we can go and re-render it without too much of an impact. So we're able to actually curate this stuff and do proper QC passes on the fly. So
it's almost like a feature film pipeline. Almost.
We're a very slim crew, so we try to do our best with what we have. But we have a lot of tools available for ourselves right now to.
Yeah, there's definitely not. We're definitely not a team of thousands. Like we're literally a handful of people.
Yeah, team of experts.
Yeah,
the atomic bomb.
Go on, Sal.
Said the atomic bomb. I'd be I would love, I don't want to overstep, but I would be happy to just do explainers on some of the Maya aspects or some of the more detailed stuff, because I know you guys don't have time. Just to preface that, I'm a trained 3D artist and technical artist over at BCIT, so I know a lot of you guys are over in Vancouver, so I'd just be happy to put on little explainers for some of the artists in the clone universe that don't understand 3D or Maya or Python, or the tools that you guys have put out for them, the rigs. If anybody actually did have questions about how to use the rigs, just in case that you guys are too busy, I'd be happy to I don't know, just help. I'm just here. Love you guys.
That's great. Are you an instructor at BCRT?
No. I just went there for school, and now I'm just building.
Okay.
That's awesome, though. We'll maybe get in touch afterwards and chat. But
100%. I just wanted to throw it out there.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah, we actually, a lot of the team here in Artifact were at one stage instructors at Vancouver Film School. So we come from an education background. So
I'm aware.
So the main aim of this challenge, other than giving the creators the opportunity to win some cool prizes, was to create another opportunity to dive deeper into the realm of 3D and spatial design. But Cecilia, can you please explain how this is beneficial to the average creator? Why should they use BEZI, and what is the vision for the future?
Yeah, absolutely. So BEZI, as I briefly touched on before, is a no-code tool. So one of the things that I ran into a lot, and I saw a lot of other designers around me run into a lot, is that we don't come from, super technical backgrounds. So don't know how to code, don't know how to script in Unity and stuff. And that was really, it felt, very limiting in terms of what I could explore. And in turn, I feel like it limited my creativity. So, our goal is to really provide a tool where you can just go in and just start thinking in 3D even, being able to ideate and collaborate and just come up with good ideas that way. So we do believe, at BEZI, we believe that spatial computing is a natural next step of the evolution. There's no way that we're going to be confined to 2D screens for the rest of our lives. this means that there's going to be a whole host of interesting opportunities that come into space, especially for designers and creators. I know for a fact that a lot of companies are exploring this space, whether it be educational, manufacturing, entertainment. A lot of all of these industries are thinking about how they can start to get into spatial computing, and it's really sped up with Apple coming into this space. So yeah, I do think it's a really good skill to start picking up. Like even if you're not doing it professionally, it's just something that you can start to explore, get your mind thinking about how, the world will change with spatial computing. And I hope that this challenge is a way to just spend, 2 or 3 weeks in this space and see how you like it, just feel it out, just, try making something. That's, usually the best way to learn more about this space. And since this is a time boxed challenge, I think it's a really great opportunity.
Actually, I want to have a quick question about that 3-week time frame. So afterwards, will anyone have access to BEZI again, or will that be like if it's like a closed sort of like one-time use, and then afterwards, yeah, I was curious what the idea.
A great question. No, the good news is that it will be available after as well. We have a free tier that is pretty, generous, so you can just continue to create, and just use BEZI after as well.
That's great. So that 3 weeks could turn into a lot more in case someone really decides they want to pursue this new sort of like industry that's kind of being born like literally before us.
Yeah. For sure. I mean, they're just so it's just something really exciting about being a part of a movement that I think is going to change the world. And it's just so early that anyone who's in this space, I think, has the potential to define, standards and come up with different patterns and explore those. So yeah, definitely, I would love for people to just fall in love with this medium and continue to explore this space.
On that note, Cecilia, what are the different tiers and what do they offer?
So we have currently, we have a starter tier. So that's our free plan. You get 15, free files, and then we have teams that you can create. And then I believe for starter, you get 3 free teams files per team. And then after that, we have a teams tier and then an enterprise tier. So, if you're an individual, I think you can just stay on the starter team. If you're a part of an agency or want to really start doing this professionally or see some need for it within your, team, then I think the teams plan is for you. And then for after that, it's enterprise, which is, geared towards more big companies.
Amazing. Thank you for that breakdown. Meryl, good morning. Good Lord, isn't it like 5 a.m. for you?
Yeah, 5 a.m. Oh. What's up?
Oh my God. Good morning. How are you?
I'm all right. Surviving, just about.
Meryl, just a heads up, you're a little bit quiet.
Oh, maybe I need to get closer. I'm on the laptop, so I don't know how
bad
it is. Is that
Much
better?
better.
I'm eating my screen right now, so. Yeah. Good morning. It's going all right. 3D printers causing issues, so I'm just staying up late and dealing with that. But yeah, thanks. As I understand it, I'm just trying to get my head around the objective or the task. It says to make a immersive experience that transports people into the world of ANIMUS. And I also heard earlier that part of the objective is to make like a demo reel or something for BEZI. So I guess somewhere in between that could be a potential example of the thing to give, right? So in my head, I can imagine, I'm playing around with BEZI, and then it kind of transitions into like an ANIMUS world-esque thing, right? Where it kind of basically says, using BEZI to make an ANIMUS experience, right? That would be a good example of a submission?
I think so. One example I think that is in the tutorial is actually of a experience where your animus comes towards you, and then you can like throw a stick, and then you like play fetch basically, and that's kind of like, you know, a snapshot in a day of animus. So stuff like that, where it's like, you know, if you like reach over and pet it, what does it do? Or maybe it like appears from somewhere, maybe it's like sleeping somewhere, I don't know, like that part's really up to you. But it's just I would say it's more of like a snapshot in the day of your life with animus.
Okay, right. So okay, so
Does
how
that
I
make more
would make.
sense?
I think so. Yeah. I need to make a interaction as if it's kind of naturally, you know, in real world, like
Yeah.
without you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Bring it to life within my actual space, and then maybe also reverse it if that's cool. I'm just trying to figure out like maybe certain routes, or concepts.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, I think there's a lot of different ways that it can go. But that's kind of like one example that we have. Let me think. Another thing, you know, just to get your kind of creative juices flowing, I guess, is that, you know, you can have like a portal that appears, and then your animus kind of like lives inside there, and it's like, you know, running around or doing some bops or whatever. You could also maybe like if you have a headset, what you could do is make like a little smartwatch that goes on your wrist, because we have something called a body rig, which allows you to design for your body. So technically, with hand tracking, you can like place something on your hand, and when you like press a button on your hand, like something happens. So there's a lot of like building blocks that you can use to make creative experiences like that. I did share some of the examples within this comment thread, so just kind of like take a look and see what you might be interested in.
I wanted to add on to that too, real quick. Sorry, I meant to speak up earlier, but my hands were full with my kid, which anyway. Like if you're looking for ideas, like literally like those portal ideas are great, because you know, you don't have to worry about where they're coming from, because you can always have them like arrive and go at any given time. But then if you want to like include like, I guess, an object, like a digital object or something, you know, you could use those as like sort of like a door or something to block the entry point of this character coming in. And you know, it could be something as cool as like, you know, they're a pet, so maybe they follow you around, or maybe they're I'm trying to think of like maybe like in feature film, like what kind of fun characters kind of, you know, go a bit wild. But I mean, it's basically like it's open ended. I would personally, for me, maybe they're chasing each other, playing tag, right, in one portal out the other, and you know, something like that.
Yeah, because I guess in my head, I'm also thinking like, okay, you can kind of play with it, right? Where you become, you know, you're interacting with it, but then it kind of turns into this animation where, like, I don't know, if I'm collaborating with an animator, if we edit, because you're looking for an experience, so I can send you a link and anyone else can try it. That's one component. But then if I want to play into like a movie, but like a scene, right? So like
an
I sit
interactive
down and
scene, right?
Yeah. And I'm actually going through this scene, and then there's like this kind of weird, like, you know, like perspective change where I'm the animus and I'm looking at myself. Kind of, you know, it's like I'm thinking either I'm submitting a movie or I'm submitting a game or like a mini experience. You know,
it could probably be both, because I talked to Cecilia about this earlier, and you can create these like sort of like what did you call them again? Like these like bounding boxes, or like a basically a space where colliders. Yeah. So like you attach a collider to something. So if you interact physically with this collider, it could trigger an animation to play. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, there you
go. That's correct. Yeah.
So that stuff is really cool.
Yeah, because I am scrubbing through the comments, as you said, and I do like the kind of whack-a-mole kind of thing, and then like just trying to understand how I can tie a few things together if I do try.
Don't be too
yeah.
I was just gonna say, don't be too what's the word I'm looking for? Physical with our characters. They're really gentle, you know, sweet creatures. You don't want to whack them too hard.
Totally fair. Gentle wax. Gentle pets.
Yeah, if you guys are also looking for like inspirations, I mean, you could also look at the Onward movie that had that little pet dragon in there. There was I mean, How to Train Your Dragon has a lot of animal traits that are given to those dragons in that movie. Yeah, I mean, I would just look for real life reference and apply it to what you see around you, and maybe give your pet a personality of a dog or a cat, and see how it goes from there.
I mean, they can also just portal in and like they've never been here before, so they'll just start like if you're on your desk and you have some like pencils or pens or something, you can maybe like create a digital version, and then that pet knocks them over, and it's not there physically, but it's part of the experience. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. That'd be really
just
cool.
keep them away from your shoes.
Oh yeah. If you don't know what that references, there's an image floating around about someone's Air Force. So those are they're the drips. I can't remember.
Yeah, they're my drips.
Yeah, drips. Yeah, those poor sneakers.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I'm trying to find it so I can pin it to the top. Give me 2 seconds. Meanwhile, actually, I did find it. I want to encourage everybody who wants to participate, or not even, just want to hang out and be nosy and see what everybody else is doing, is go into the Artifact Creator Discord. Sorry, the Artifact Discord. And there is a creators chat. It's called 3D General. So in there, drop your questions. If you have any, drop your work in progress. We have the team from BEZI hanging out with us for the next couple of weeks. Thank you guys so much. And also you can go to the BEZI Discord and then you're 100% guaranteed to get some help. Yeah, definitely, if you can, gather some work in progress, send it to us even, so we can take a look and guide you if you need. We would really appreciate that. Do we have, Sol, did you want to add something?
I just wanted to ask, what is the best way to onboard people into it? Is it just getting them into the Discord? Like new people? Just buying a few homies, some clones next little bit. So
I think it's the registration first and then Discord. How does that work, Barry?
Sorry, are you asking in terms of how to participate?
How to onboard people the easiest,
just get them understood. Like they're all very green when it comes to Web3. They're all Web2 artists. Just trying to buy them stuff and get them involved.
Okay, right. Well, the Artifact Creator website has a landing page where it has all the information you're going to need. There's nothing Web3 about it in there. So,
right. But it's for learning. But for like getting involved, would it be like Discord asking questions? Like, is that the best?
Yes.
The easiest? Okay, appreciate it.
Definitely, cool. Discord is the place to be. It's in the 3D general chat. And Cecilia, do you guys have a particular channel in your Discord?
That's a great question. I don't think we have a particular design challenge Discord right now. Lacey can correct me if I'm wrong. But let me double check on that, and then we can post it on the comments as well. But just like join, if you join our Discord, there's like a channel for questions and general discussion and everything. So yeah, feel free to like post any questions there. Our team is in there pretty much all day, so we'll be able to help out with any kind of questions you have around BEZI in our server.
Perfect. And regarding the challenge, does anybody else here have any questions? Anybody in the audience? Or Fred, Tristan, do you guys want to?
I got a quick one. Which does this work on Quest 3 and all current headsets? I guess it's just XR, right?
Yeah, it'll work on Quest 3. It'll work on mobile AR, so both iOS and Android phones. And we're currently working on an AVP app, but that is not live yet. So if you're using a headset, Quest 3 is probably the best option.
I was going to add, if you have any questions regarding like the art side of things, feel free to reach out to Tristan or I. Just tag us. I'm more on Twitter these days, or X, so you can hit me up here, or on the Discord. I'm not on there as much as I should be, but feel free to tag us. We'll definitely want to be there for you guys. If we can help in any way, just let us know.
Dope. Jake, welcome up on stage. It's nice to finally hear your voice.
Howdy, good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, wherever you are. I had a super quick question for the Artifact team. Can we customize the textures for the Animus, or should we leave them default?
Well, that's a good question, Tristan. My son's trying to answer for him.
It sounded like you said we could customize them, so I don't know.
I don't see why not, but I don't want to also kind of like speaking out of turn here. I mean, because technically it's your creation, so you could, add it if you want to change their look. I mean, especially if you want to bring a couple of them in, you don't have to be limited to just one, right? You can bring 3 mythlets if you wanted, really. So I would say go for it, unless Tristan says no, but we can follow up as well.
Am I muted here?
Oh, there you are.
Sorry, like it says muted on mine, but it's like it's not, so it's kind of weird. Anyway,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I had no problem you guys changing the textures. It's your prerogative. It's your challenge. So make it
All
your own
right,
if
you
you
heard
want.
it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you all.
Jake, don't jump down just yet. Are we going to be expecting some neutral tones on these Animus?
You know it. Yeah, if anyone who knows my renders knows there's almost no use of color, so this question was to put the Animus in black clothes and make some of the palettes a little more muted.
Perfect.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're going to use Maya too, right? So we currently take everything into Blender to generate our GLBs, but you can use the Babylon JS script, I believe, to create your GLBs there as well. So
Perfect. Good to know. I don't actually know what I'm going to use yet, but we'll figure it out.
I'm just happy you're getting involved, Jake. This is so exciting. So you got your hand up?
Yeah, I was just gonna quickly ask: is there anybody? Are you guys doing any like Houdini HDA world building type stuff? Like, I know it's all character based, but like more eventuality, like down the road, like being able to build out like procedural worlds, and then give them. You wouldn't actually probably give them out, but I'm just wondering if you guys are doing any procedural world building with Houdini. Is the main question, really.
not with Houdini at this point, no. Houdini is a very expensive license, so we're trying to stick to things that we have right now. So Blender would probably be an option if we do go down that path.
Fair. I mean, I guess is the free version restricted for a company their size?
Yeah.
Oh, for Houdini?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
We have artists that can use it and maybe chime in and help out.
Yeah, I would be happy to just have fun with some HDAs. If it ever just was needed or necessary, made sense.
If you have anything to show, you let us know.
Oh yeah, I've talked to the rigger. I've talked to your head rigger.
You talked to Mark?
Yeah.
Oh.
LinkedIn.
Oh. Good.
Well,
that's what we're all here for. I think some of us are like. Well, I mean, I'm out there. I don't care if anyone wants to.
Hey, I'm just here to help, guys.
Yeah. No, it's all good.
I'm just here to help.
Yeah, Mark is our resident hero on the team. So I don't know if he's listening, but
yeah, we worked with him.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to say names, so I didn't want to. Yeah, but yeah, I guess I hit people up on LinkedIn because. Like Twitter is not the spot to actually make.
Well, I guess I doxed him, so there you go.
He doxed himself. It's on LinkedIn.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's true. It's true. It's easy to find the people's. But yeah, no. I just wanted to just let you guys know, or let's make some rocks.
Cool. Yeah, I love rocks.
Let's go. Well, I love procedural rocks, honestly. Not manual rocks. Every day, all day.
Sorry.
Yeah, that'd be very
Can I
monotonous.
just rewind back to Sol saying that Twitter's not the place to be connecting with people when you're up on stage with somebody from BEZI, somebody from
Well,
Nike,
okay, no,
three people from
different time. No, okay, that was more of a joke.
I
But
know
no,
what
it is
you
obviously
mean.
still the place. But just cut through the noise because it's very noisy up here on X. That's more, I guess, just what I
Too many
mean.
coins.
Yeah, too many farmers.
Too many.
Yeah, I mean, most of my professional connections are on LinkedIn for sure. I totally understand where you're coming from.
Wait, was there a goat there? Was that just me?
Yeah,
Was
what
that-
was that?
I heard a
going
goat. What was that
crazy.
goat? Yeah, there it is again.
That's me. Sorry, I've been able to make that noise since I was like 13.
Wait, is that from your
That is
mouth?
awesome.
That's from my throat. My teacher hated me in grade 6 when I first found out I could do it because I didn't stop.
I thought that was
He
a soundboard.
Like,
That's what I thought.
Right? No, yeah. He came up to me. He was like, "Give me the device." I was like, "Dude, what?" But no, this is my.
Wow, that is impressive.
Can we give that to one of the animus? Can we like?
Hey, let's go. Hey, I have some skits with that. Honestly, I've never done them. I just thought that'd be some funny, being like, "Yo, guys, I'm the GOAT, guys." Just be really bad at basketball, but like, give me the rock. Just like missed the shot completely. It's just like good times. But
does your partner
love
love it?
I'm just here. I'm around. I don't have a partner. I'm here solo dolo working nonstop 24/7. They don't love that. They. But yeah, no. I just want to let you guys know I'm around. I'm here. Blenders, and I still haven't gotten up on Blender, but yeah, Houdini UE5 and Maya. That's my jam. Oh, and ZBrush. Let's go. Let's go.
So the next Animus log that we do, if it features any of the Animus and we need a voice actor, Sol is a person to reach out to. That
Let's go.
crazy goat sound.
Barry, you both can work on a piece with me. We'll get you both doing some voiceover work.
Thank you very much
I love
for
it.
the opportunity.
I'll pull up to Vancouver. Over in Victoria right now, but
yeah, no, we're all close by then. Yeah.
Oh, I know. I study.
Sol's like, I know the ins and outs. Don't you worry. I've been stalking all of you.
Yeah.
It's like, I know where you live, Fred. I've seen you.
Oh yeah, Fred. I know that you work with Mark, my teacher. I know that you work with what's his name. I know what's up. At one point upon a time.
I feel so exposed.
Yeah.
I know that you like to build Legos. You ready for that Sony Lego universe?
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned Lego because I actually I have the Batwing right next to me right now that I just finished building. So.
Of course you do. All you animators love Lego.
It's I mean
and Gunham.
It's hard not to when we've like Tristan and I also worked on Lego stuff on Lego shows.
That's fair. That's fair.
That also is kind of like
How can you not? Holds heart.
Yeah, exactly. It is
heart.
very close to the heart.
I love it.
Anyway, back onto the challenge stuff. I think I guess we're just we're finishing up because it's already 1:15. I mean, I was just gonna say, yeah, hit me up, hit Tristan up, BEZI as well. I mean, we don't know about the software, so it'll be worthwhile for you all to like join both Discords and ask away. Ask as many questions as you can. There's never a bad question.
Yes, Cecilia, I don't know if how available your content creator is, but I don't want to dox him right now. But it's up to you guys how you wanted to do that. But I don't know if he's available, but yeah, he would probably be a good option.
Well, he's not here. He's on vacation right now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say, yeah, let's do it with him when he's back.
Yeah,
I'll sign him up for this.
Sounds good.
But yeah, we're very available. Like we, just ask. There's no, dumb or stupid questions. It's all fair game. So yeah, just join our Discord. Ask us any questions if you run into anything, or if you just even want to like bounce off ideas off of us. We're all here for it. So yeah, super excited.
Yeah, and I mean something you said to me yesterday as well, that went with the way that people hand you guys files at the end. It's a way for you guys to see how people also approach things and did things. So I think you guys are also learning from what the community is building.
100%. It just helps us continue to build the product in a way that makes sense to more people, and we learn things from our community every day. As I said, I love looking at files and be like, how did they do that? And then when we dig around and we're like, oh, okay. And then those things become features too. So yeah, it's all great.
That's the best way to create new features. You break the software.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely. I agree
that sounds
with
like
that.
Maya's mission statement right there.
It's definitely an animation thing. We always break things, so we break the rig, it gets updated.
It's true for us too.
Guys, I don't want to keep you any longer. Cecilia, I thought it would be cool if you can let our audience know if there's any upcoming events, such as a workshop, any other spaces that you guys are planning.
Yeah, of course. I believe that there is a AMA on Monday on our Discord channel or on our Discord server. So I think it's shared in Artifact Discord as well. If it's not, our team can go ahead and share that. But that's just like a space for you guys to come ask us any questions. Again, bounce off any ideas, and we'll be there live to answer any questions. So that's, I think, the next the next event that we have. And then if we have any other ones planned, we'll be sure to share it across our Discord and also the Artifact Discord as well.
Awesome. I've just retweeted it and also pinned it to the top. So all the information from BEZI about this challenge is going to be in there. Anybody else up on the stage got anything else?
Just one thing. How many clones we buying today?
Wait, how many clones what?
Are you
buying
today?
Buying today?
Yes. I mean, if you're buying, I'll take a couple.
Of course. I got homies to buy for first. Then I'll get you Fred. Okay, I'll circle around all the way around to you. No problem. First, I gotta get the musicians here.
Yeah.
Then we'll get the animators back up. We'll get you looking fresh.
Well, that
it looks like you got something new there.
I did. Yeah, I didn't want to wait any longer.
You already upped it.
Yeah, I
love it.
I have
you better not wait. You can't wait.
It's very clean. It's definitely me. Hair,
I love it.
Color skin. Yeah, my son.
So when are we gonna get some Lego figures on the shoulders there?
It's
some little Lego guys
I'm
up on there.
planning to do a proper reveal.
Love
something
it.
Animated and okay. So just hang tight. It'll be there.
Perfect. No, I just mean for the PFP too, though. Get a little Lego guy on the shoulder. Make a little Lego character or something and model it out.
We'll see. I've spent many years with Lego. I love Lego, but we'll see. It doesn't need to live in every aspect of my life, even the digital one.
Oh, hey, come on, gotta send signals, social signals, as you walk around the internet.
Oh. Well, guys, this has been amazing. Thank you for all the information that you shared and all the wisdom and all the advice. This is going to be one hell of a challenge. I'm so excited to see what you guys come up with. It's going to be spicy. Brongis, thank you for coming up to speak. Jake, Meryl, Sol, Cam, I am forgetting who else. Cecilia, thank you so much for your time. Fred, Tristan, as always, appreciate you guys. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend and enjoy the next couple of weeks of non-stop creation. This is going to be so fun. You guys have any last words?
Have fun with this. I can't wait to see what you have to show. And if you want to show something earlier, I mean, I don't mind taking a look at it. I don't want to also cheat for you, but there's nothing wrong with a pair of eyes checking out someone's work. So
that's how it works. Teacher, get a little.
It's like a little feedback.
Yeah, 100%. It's part of the pipeline.
Unless Cecilia says no. Cracks the whip.
No, sorry, that's not what I meant. No, I love seeing work in progress too. So yeah, feel free to share any work in progress. We can give any feedback, any kind of tips We've done that with our past challenges as well. So yeah, super excited to see what you guys create as well.
Let's go. Okay, catch you guys probably next week. Enjoy your weekend. And when I say goodbye, I want everybody to say goodbye, okay? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Goodbye.
Bye.
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 Bye.